What's going on, y'all? It's another travel day. It's kind of a change up in schedule and we got to get going. And there's a little bit of extra work to do today. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. What are you looking at? Is there something on my face? Is it because I put my hair up? I know that's a little weird. Oh, the truck? Yeah, about that. Pointed out that last feature there, the heated seats in the back. There's actually a lot of features that this truck has that our black Ram Laramie didn't have. And that is a big chunk of why we wound up trading up the truck. We kind of traded up and we traded down. It just depends on how you look at it. There was a number of reasons that went into why we changed trucks, but we're mostly happy. We actually did lose out on a few things. I'm sure if you could tell that there's a huge chunk of metal missing right here, but then the back end of this is much bigger. It's a big trade-off. There was some things I actually didn't expect to lose out on, but overall, we're happy. We're gonna make this work. We also got a tonneau cover or whatever kind of word you use for that. It was much appreciated. It was much missed on our last Ram, so we're really happy to have that back. And the 8-foot bed gives us a lot of room. I don't know how long you've been watching our videos, but we've definitely, on our mega cab black Laramie, we busted out the rear window with the front of the RV. So we already could appreciate the problems with having that shorter bed, and it's gonna be nice to have this longer bed. But when we lost out on storage capacity inside the truck, now we need to deal with a bunch of stuff we had to take out of the other truck. And now we gotta find a home for all this stuff. Not really looking forward to this part of it. It's nice having more bed here, quite a bit more space. We probably will have to get some bins or tubs, but the truck can handle like 5,500 pounds of cargo capacity of weight pushing down on the tires. The RV can only handle 2,700 pounds of weight pushing down on the tires. So transitioning any of this stuff over to the RV from the truck is not a positive thing to do. I want to try to keep as much weight on the truck as possible and alleviate weight on the springs and tires on the RV that I can. So we're gonna have to try to figure some of this stuff out. Some of it may just be extra junk. Some of it may be tiny little German Shepherd dogs that don't actually weigh that much to begin with. There's just gonna be some adaptation. One of the things that I missed though, this is the biggest thing that I would say really bummed me out, and I didn't learn about it till much later. So the girls, when they didn't have heated seats in the back, we had more storage space under their chair. Now, I don't know if this is because of the heated seat or if this is possibly something to do with maybe a larger fuel tank, but there's no storage whatsoever under that back seat or behind that back seat. So what I would do in the past is I could just open the girls' door up and I could shove these nice big umbrellas right under their seats. Easy to access, easy to get to, as well as camera tripods. I've got 2 camera tripods and I could just open that door up, put those tripods in and out, easy, quick access. And so that was one of the things, as we were looking at this truck and preparing to buy it, I didn't think about that one part. Not completely upset about it, it'll be okay. We will figure it out. We will adapt and learn as to what we need to do to make this work for us. But what I really need to do, and why I know that I got more work to do, is I don't have the backup camera equipment mounted in the dash of the truck, and we need to move today. And I don't have the hitch mounted. They were able to help me out as far as getting the hitch removed. They loaned me some tools. In fact, that was one of the most amazing battery-powered impact wrenches I have ever seen that the mechanic brought out there. I could not believe that that thing took out the torque that I had on the Anderson hitch, but it worked. And then we bagged all the bolts and everything up, and the hitch is in there, and I just need to install it. It's got the ball already, but I got to get all that ready so that we can get out of here and move on to our next spot. Let's take a minute to talk about some of the features that we had been missing. One of the big ones is right there. This thing has the 360 camera system. That was something we had on our Ford F-250 that we really liked. And when we bought the Laramie, we were gonna have to spend $20,000 more just to get it. Because at that time, in May of 2022, there weren't a lot of good trucks to choose from. Kind of had to take the best of what we could get. And even then, the prices were a little too high. You can see right here, that's one of the side cameras that right under the rear view mirror, just out the driver door. That's one of the ways that I would tell. It's like, do they have the 360 camera? And you could quickly tell this little teardrop looking thing that pokes off the bottom of the rear view mirror. We were really excited to get that back. And it came with other features that we completely forgot we had even had on the Ford. Lane keep assist. That's a weird one to adapt to. It somehow sees the stripes and warns you that you're kind of getting out of your lane and drifting, and then it actually starts to assist you in coming back into your lane. It's kind of like the early phases of a self-driving vehicle. You can turn it off easily. There's a button on the dash that allows you to turn it off. But another feature that we got back that I didn't realize I was missing was the adaptive cruise control, where you can actually, you set the cruise control. I say I want to go 65 miles an hour, and you can kind of adapt to how far in advance or how far away you want to keep the people in front of you, and then it can detect. It's like, oh, they've slowed down to 62, and then it automatically, without you tapping the brake, adjusts it for you. I like that one probably a little bit better than the lane keep assist. The lane keep assist part feels kind of weird to me. I'll keep practicing with it, but it feels like there's going to be an overcorrection and get me in trouble. Now, a feature that I just absolutely cannot understand why it would be missing from any truck that has dually tires. If you've got dually tires in the back, you're most likely going to be using that truck to hitch up probably either a gooseneck or a fifth wheel, something to the bed, most likely. Maybe you're using it to tow from the very back, but most of the time when people get dualies, it's because they're expecting to put a lot of weight down somewhat in the center of the bed, and they want that extra tires out the side so that it will allow for more weight to go down. That being said, why would a camera right here pointed at the bed of the truck not be included with every dually truck? As long as it's got the equipment that allows me to have the camera to do in reverse, which has now apparently become, I guess the federal government is regulating that all vehicles will have backup cameras. Well, on that note, if you've got the backup camera and everything is there to make that work, why would this camera here pointed down at the cargo area not also be included if you got a dually? It really wasn't that much more. I was looking at adding that to our black truck, our Laramie. I think it was $200 or $300 for parts, and not even that hard to wire it up. I was gonna try that myself. But at any rate, now we have it. It's already included on this truck. If you're ever in the market for a Ram, and it's a feature that you're curious about, or you want to get that feature, the way to quickly tell if the truck has it without getting too close, if that's black instead of red, see how it's black with white in the middle? That instantly tells you that there's a camera there. And that's on, I think, like any of the 2016s through 2024s at this point. That's gonna be black. If it's red, there's no camera there. Unless somebody added some kind of wonky third party. I shouldn't say wonky. There may be some great third party ones out there I haven't seen yet, so my apologies on the word wonky. If it's gonna be OEM, that's gonna be black with the clear, and that it will light up red. The LED lights inside of there are actually red light bulbs. Now, something that Tanya really missed on our black Ram was that the front windows were not tinted, these here. Now, depending on which state you are, there's gonna be differences in what the tint can be. Our black Ram, these windows were so dark, the girls struggled to see out, and the front windows had nothing, and including any kind of UV protection in the front windscreen. we would just feel the blazing sun up front, and we were worried about anything that we may have left on the dashboard that could have possibly gotten harmed by the sun. That's another thing that we weren't even paying attention to. When we were looking at things, we're like, hey, we're gonna get a sunroof? Yeah. We're gonna get the 360 camera? Yeah. The girls are gonna get back heated seats in the back, something that they really missed. Yeah. And we're like, oh, look at that. We also got tinted windows on the front. Tanya's like, yeah. So she really appreciated that. Now the fold down steps, they're cool, they're neat. One of the positive things, I'm gonna give a positive because I'm also gonna get a negative. I'm going to give you a negative. The positive is you're going through the mud and you've got these fold down steps here, fold up, and it kind of cuts down on how much mud gets there. As you can see here, it was rainy yesterday. We literally bought this truck yesterday. We wound up making it all dirty right there behind the wheel. And it got some of that sand and gravel and rain up there, but it's not just a complete muddy, slippery mess. Of course, if you put your feet on there, it's gonna bring it. Now the negative side is, and negative goes along with a lot of the features here, that kind of stuff breaks. That kind of stuff breaking scares me. It's scary enough to think about things like diesel engines, transmissions, emission systems going out and needing to be fixed. And you add in all this electronic stuff that also can break. Yeah, I'm the one that's gonna have to fix it and or pay to fix it. So I guess I put myself in the hole on that one, didn't I? Another little feature that I didn't necessarily know that I was gonna get would be these aux buttons down here. We've got 6 aux buttons. Now this is something, if you wanna add third-party type stuff, you can add that in it. I believe there's gonna be hookups under the hood. So whereas somebody wants to add a light bar or maybe running lights underneath the truck, that kind of stuff can be controlled through there. I'm not really sure what all can be controlled through there. I do remember when we bought our F-250 used, it had the Airlift 7500 airbags and an onboard air compressor. And in order for that compressor to function, aux 1 had to be turned on. So we just typically ran with aux 1 turned on. That is a nice added feature. Didn't really realize we were going to get that, and we did get this larger screen. It's neat, it's pretty, it's shiny. It's another scary thing that could possibly go bad someday. We will see how that works out for us. Another feature as well is wireless charging right down there for our phone. Fortunately, my case is too prohibitive of that working, so it just flashes red at me. Features of the Longhorn is I believe that this is real wood. As we were driving home last night, we realized there was a little white light down here that just kind of shines through, making it look all cute. We've also got navigation built in, which I'm not sure how much we're going to use that, which also comes with things like the SOS button and the assist button. I don't know if that's something we'll use. As long as it's all working, if we ever do resell this truck, I believe it adds extra value, so that's positive. 4-wheel drive we had leather seats already, but apparently the Longhorn leather seats are maybe a little softer. Everybody's kind of commented that they're more comfortable. Got little nice designs if you look there. If you're familiar with Ford trucks, I would compare the Longhorn with like a King Ranch. I'd say that was a pretty good, close, a lot of little nice design touches. One of the negatives that we picked up on later too is there's no physical buttons to turn on the heated seats, cooled seats, or heated steering wheel. When it's cold out, it's just gonna automatically come on, and then you digitally have to go through here to find the buttons to turn it off or on. That is something I really don't appreciate. I really feel like they should have found a way to get us some physical buttons. I love those features, especially love the heated steering wheel on a cold day when my phalanges are freezing. So it would be nice to be able to just quickly push a button, turn that off. We'll learn, we'll adapt. We picked up a lot of nice features. Wait till I show you under the hood. Unless all the rain yesterday just made this totally dirty. When they said, okay, we got to get it detailed before you take it. I'm like, get it detailed? For one, it's raining out. 2, wait till you see this engine compartment. This thing has 65,000 miles on it. Does that look like it has 65,000 miles on it to you? To me, this truck looks like it is brand new out of the factory. I was absolutely blown away by how good everything looks in here. Oh, I found some grease. I don't have a whole lot of experience yet with the tonneau cover, so it's a little bit of a learning curve for me. Oh yes, one other feature that I love, these lights. So you push that button, you get lights on either side, and then the ones up there also light up, shining down. Kaylin didn't like those last night when we were bringing in some groceries. She felt like those were just beaming too bright in her eyes. They feel kind of useless with the cover pulled down. I told her, I says, if that's opened all the way up, it's gonna really, between the 3 lights, really help you see what's going on in the bed of your truck. All right, it is time. You see that hitch back there? Yeah, that's just sitting there. It's time to get to work. We made it to our destination. We are down here in the Willow Lake RV Resort. This is in League City, Texas. We came down here because of some medical appointments Tanya had. If you go back and look at some videos, which I'll link up here, I think somewhere. Earlier this year, Tanya was dealing with some issues where she was losing the ability to walk. We were staying in Crystal Beach and found a doctor that could help her in this area. So now we needed to check back in with them and possibly, hopefully, maybe get off some medicine. But we wanted to put ourselves in a position to be closer to the doctor because the closest Thousand Trails is 77 miles away from here. That was kind of a pain to have to drive down here for 8 o'clock in the morning appointment. So we just relocated to this park for a week while we hopefully get all those appointments taken care of. Hopefully. It was a lot of work getting this truck ready to go. That was probably my most discombobulated travel day I had yet. We threw everything out of the black truck and into this at the dealership so that we could make our way home, which is also 66 miles. Man, dealing with Houston area is just huge. But we had to sort through everything. We couldn't just drive down the highway hitched up with a bunch of junk in the back seat, so we had to sort through it. It wasn't all junk. Everything kind of had a place. It just needed to find a new home. But we got it all done, and we got down here, and we're able to kick back, relax, and have a good night. And we will make you a video review of this RV park too. Well, we want to thank you so much for watching our video. If you're new here, if you wouldn't mind clicking the subscribe button and maybe even help us out and click the like button. That tells YouTube that people like this video and that they should suggest it to more people. That would help us out a lot. Well, remember that life happens, even new trucks, surprisingly in the middle of the week when you weren't expecting it. Don't let that stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.